Hello everybody and welcome back. This is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, continuing our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms utilizing the 8 Princes DLC, and we are playing as none other than Sima. In our last mission we just managed to kick the Jin Empire out of our Kangwoo province, and so we are gonna see if we need to recuperate from that or if we can move post-haste over to the Kangwoo livestock farm to take that over. And up north we've got our battle still going with Song Wai, and we will not make peace with him until we get back our Changsha trade port, even though he's, or I should say even though Ruan Shen seems to want him in our coalition. That's not going to happen until I get Changsha trade port back. So that's kind of where we're at. I think we have an ancillary that popped up that we haven't dealt with, so let's do a couple loose ends and a promotion from Sima Yin over here. So let's take care of some of these details and then move on with the next turn. I think, actually, I'm looking at seeing, I think the armor of the Adept may be a good fit, as a matter of fact, for Sima Yin. So let's take a peek. Currently has the Ranger's outfit. And it's +6 expertise, +6 authority, 28 armor base. We can increase his armor base, increase his authority. We will take a hit in expertise and some hit on speed, but overall I like the increase in authority it gives us. And I'm going to go ahead and just change his armor. Make him just a little bit safer, at least with the armor base value. And then we have a promotion while we're in here. And it looks like we have a whopping 2 options here. Understanding, which will increase our expertise, which we just lost. In fact, or Zeal, which will increase our expertise and offset the loss that we had by trading out our armor. So I think I'm leaning towards this one. We do have a couple melee units within his retinue. And this says it increases the armor piercing damage in the army, not just his retinue. So doesn't say he has to be leader, and it increases the melee attack rate. So I'm thinking that's the one that appeals to me, because I got to be a faction-wide leader to get that increased rank for all recruits. And Zeal is it. Zeal is the one that I think is going to help us out the most. That's where we'll start. And then finally, it looks like we have some opportunities to build, even though our positive income isn't quite there yet, because we have lowered the tax rate to help our provinces down here in the south. And it looks like we have come back to the positive a little bit. Let's see. If we leave, we could actually leave with our garrison and still stay positive. We're real close to being able to eliminate the lower tax rate and go back to normal. But we'll hold off on that just a little bit longer to see if we can get rid of some of these negative effects here. And let's see what we can build. I know what I'm thinking of right off the bat, and that is up here in Changsha. We can get our tea house protected. This is the promotion level I've been working towards. It gives a dramatic increase in our garrison and gets my income in commerce back up, so it just helps us all around and makes the Changsha tea house a little more defendable. So that's where we'll put that money. We'll keep the rest in reserve, and let's move on and see what happens here. Those Jin Empire turns take a little longer. It pauses on his icon up there. And based on my earlier experience, I'm always like, what's he doing down here? What's he doing down here? Ah, Gu Zhen down here. You have decided to get a little uppity and declare war on us. Well, we'll just go ahead and acknowledge that. Ruan Shen, not happy about joining that war. And since you're so far north, I think we'll work on dealing with Gu Zhen all by ourselves, so we will not call for aid on this particular conflict in the south. So what that does, I have to decide. I won't maybe be able to quite complete the Kangwoo commandery as soon and quickly as I had hoped. I thought I was just going to move over here to the livestock farm, complete the commandery, and then move north. Well, guess what, guys? My move north has been delayed yet again. We got some other issues to deal with in the south. So we'll see if we can keep our income trending up just a tiny bit. We'll just keep doing the slow build up north with Ling Hong up north and his forces up there. So eventually maybe he ends up being the one that takes over the trade port for us. Sima Y, he's way up north, I believe. Yeah, he's up there by the Jin Empire, but as we know, the Jin Empire has tentacles reaching all the way down here. But I'm hoping by defeating the army that was there, that it will take some time for him to get any forces reinforced down there. That's my hope, at least. And we will move directly against Guzhen and see if we can't eliminate that threat. And I don't think there's going to be much more south of him that we got to worry about. So eventually, eliminating all this stuff in the south, we will be able to move north. But we're tied up at the moment, so let's see if we can just deal with that. Sima Y, Sima Y, Sima Y, you're busy up north. And I don't think we got a lot of these. Yeah, there's the war that was declared against us. And we gained our military provisions, so moving into enemy territory down here, hopefully our provision situation is going to be improved now. What is another reform before we get on the move? I'm still only in that first level. I have not been promoted yet, so I'm going to have to find out which one of these remaining will do me the best. That will unlock some nice little units going on, but I don't really do a lot of looting, at least not at the moment in this playthrough. It's not an important issue. I don't know, an immediate impact would be reducing my character's salary, so not that necessarily reducing the cost of market buildings. That can be helpful, since it is Changsha we're talking about, which tends to have a commerce focus. So we'll just go ahead with Taoist rituals and research that. And let's take our attention back to the south. How beat up is your army? Medium-ish. We're actually close to getting back to full strength. So let's do this. Let's just take a regular move as our first move here in the summer. Just so we can continue with some replenishment this turn. And Sima Yi, you are so good in battle. Let's see if we can't get you healed up a little bit and not do a forced march to the south with our new enemy down there. And then up north, do I want to look at building your force yet? And what if I did, what would we do? I don't mind. What kind of hit on our income flow would that make? 130 back down. Another 120 there on per turn maintenance. Now it'll take me that much longer to build up funds. That cut that in half easily. We'll hold off another turn. We don't have threats showing yet in the north, so we'll hold off on building that force for the time being and just keep our focus in the south. Kai Cheng, we added you to our group and you're just a pain in the butt not being a happy guy over here. Higher court positions. Anything I can do, is that going to be worth the headache? Give you a minor increase of 5 satisfaction by promoting you this way. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, I'm kind of thinking I don't need you yet. I mean, I hired Jan. I think you were the one I hired on from that defeated force, and while some of your abilities are potentially useful, especially in the army I'm going to build up here, but if you're just going to be that unhappy, I think we may just take our chances elsewhere. How about that? How about that, and just let you loose? I don't need that headache of trying to keep you happy. We'll have some other notables hopefully available when we get to it. Let's just release you from service. I don't feel like the hassle. I don't need you immediately, boo, pronto. So we're gonna let you find a better home elsewhere where your happiness can hopefully improve. Best of luck to you. Bye. And that looks like a quick turn. Let's move on and see if we get any activity from Guzhen down in the south. And I would be very surprised if the Jin Empire sends another force in this soon. So I'm really playing on the chance that we will have a chance to move south before the Jin Empire starts moving against us. That's what I'm counting on. Got some new characters moving through the territory. We might as well, since we got rid of one, take a peek at them. A little bit clumsy, a little bit clumsy. I love some of the traits, and especially some of the funny ones, some of the clumsy ones like that. Give me a little chuckle. Oh, you're kind of old, not a bad level of strategist, but these are the aging strategists moving through the territory at the moment. Composed, scare, charitable, good expertise by Shu Yu. But he's part of the Jin Empire. Send it down that way. We're not urgent, although he was intriguing to bring on board. I am not desperate at this point yet, so we'll pass on that, and we'll get Sima moving south. Let's see how our, probably one more turn of regular movement. That'll get us pretty close. Hopefully we can get into the river next time, take a peek at the trade port. So let's look at doing that. Okay, our income has improved by getting that one guy out of the court, so hopefully we'll build funds just a little bit quicker here moving forward. Do we have anything that we need to upgrade in any great fashion? Oh, it wouldn't help getting our woodcutter upgraded, that's for sure, in case somebody does sneak in behind me as I'm going down south towards Gu Zhen. Then I think what we'll do is we will spend some of our funds there, since I'm not ready to increase the army in the north. I want to keep our per turn income growing, and this will help in some small capacity to increase that also. So let's just build that while we're moving south, and I think that's all we got going this turn. Let's see if we get some activity from Guzhen in the south, or if my trust in Songwai not moving on me anymore is going to be tested. The Jin Empire is looking for peace. If we give him Lingling, our large town, well, that right there, you'd pay me nice sum of money that I do desperately need, but I'm not giving you a Lingling to large town. Forget that. Besides, I want to at least complete my commandery down in the south. Okay, do we have any activity that we can see? Not yet. Let's see if we can get into the river, the Yu River, and then get a peek up at the trade port and see what we're up against. We're into autumn though, but I don't mind moving up the river in the winter. It's going to stop our replenishment. Do I want one more turn of replenishment, or do we wait? Let's get right up to the coast and think about this. The edge of the river. And that's going to get me down within range in the winter. I don't want to hit land and hurt my supplies in the middle of the winter. I think my supplies will end up holding up okay on the river, if I recall how this has worked in the past. So let's take this one turn and park right here with Sima to get us through the winter. The tea grower community has finished construction, and Bujun is headed back, so we got to remember next turn to reassign Bujun in the city of our choice. We have a promotion I just noticed down here, and that is Bujun himself. Oh, do we have a follower we could give you all along and we didn't do that? I think we missed one along the way. So Bujun, here you get a farm manager, which will give you some additional administrative abilities by having him in your fold. And let's see what we have available. We have a couple options. Mobility, but you're not so much. An army right now. Does this one help any other? Discipline to own faction. So let's see what some of the others unlock to see. Maybe let's go with the southern route, because we got some administrator type positions right here that we can unlock by taking dignity. And for Bujun, that seems to be how I'm using him right now. And I think I didn't see any threats anywhere else moving in. So it just allows us a peaceful trek south to an unpeaceful resolve, I guess, in the end. We'll take the next turn. Nothing to build that I want to spend the money on. I need to build it up some more. Sima, he has to join our coalition yet again. This looks like this will just be a common request every so often, or once a year maybe. Is that about how it's falling? I haven't been really totally paying attention on the timing, but he will not be joining our coalition because my friend up north won't allow it. And so that probably means next turn guy's going to try to join our coalition and I won't allow that. That seems to be the pattern. No, we're fine with that. We have the Laba Festival. It is a day of the Laba Festival. As is tradition, you gather your officers together and tell the chefs to prepare the traditional Laba Congee, a simple dish while traveling the roads, but the mix of rice, beans, and dried fruits lifts the spirit. So we have a good omen for 5 turns. That's nice to get that extra noble support, especially for in the south. So that'll help recover my noble support in the south. In fact, let's take a quick peek at that. And the plus 10 events helps tremendously. As a matter of fact, now we still have some negative effects from that. So I will probably look at changing the tax rate next turn then and see if we can eliminate that negative population growth that's hitting us commandery wide. So we'll hold off on those changes there. Let's get Sima A in a river. Looks like Guzhen or one of his generals, it looks like Guzhen himself has moved to the trade port. So you can debate now, should we have force marched all the way to try to get there before Guzhen? If I had a crystal ball and known that, maybe I would have thought about doing that. But for now, let's go into the sea. Well, the river. It's as close to the sea as I'm going to get from this position. And we'll move on up the river. Halts my replenishment, but I think we're in good shape now to take on a force. We're definitely stronger than Guzhen. It just depends on the trade port. Can we get a feel for what kind of... Not a bad garrison, one of the better garrisons. So that's a built-up trade port. So that'll be a tough battle. We may have to... We'll see if we can take it on. It depends on what kind of defenses they have, or if we have to try and starve them out and get them to sally out. So we'll see. That'll be coming up, looks like next turn. I don't see any other threats or movements into the territory. And I'm thinking, since I'm probably going to get to increase possibly my tax rate finally next turn, let's look at making this the turn we recruit some more forces up north. And I think that's a good first baby step on increasing our forces in the north. What else have we got to look at? The Lava Festival we've already done. We have a new ancillary, a Spy Master. Increases cunning. Do you need any kind of ancillary over here? I'm thinking we might trade out the Devious Attendant. Let's see if the Spy Master... Yeah, the Spy Master, I do believe, will be a better fit for you, Hua Jinting. And that means we have a Devious Attendant who we could use elsewhere. Who do we have in need of a potential Devious Attendant? Everybody's got somebody. So we'll hang on to the Devious Attendant, and we may gain somebody who can use him in the future. We have some new characters moving through. See if anybody is just can't do without it. Kind of good. Our village chief here, Shi Zhu. Sima Mao. Chu Chong. He has the hamstring attack. I used to think that hurt my own hamstring, but that I was defective or defaulted somehow that way. But now I know it hamstrings the enemy by using that. That was my faux pas for thinking that right off the bat without really reading it. We have the Kangwu Lumberyard, which has upgraded and finished also, so that helps a little there. We may look and double check the garrison there when we have a chance. And we are gaining friendship between Ruan Shen, well, yes, our neighbor to the north, even though we keep denying his coalition request for his friend up north, Song Wai. He's still gaining friends. Okay, what have we got left? I think if we got movement, that we got to make this happen down south. No, we used that movement, so I think we've done what we need to do. The lumberyard is the only thing we got to see if we'll be able to afford, but we need a reform to go any further with the lumberyard. And we don't have the funds since we upgraded our army, so I think we'll make this the end of the turn. Next turn we'll make a move against our southern, or our new southern enemy, and hold the line up north. Yes, you want Songwai in our coalition? Like I said, I'm not ready until I get my port city back, so we will reject that one. And glad you're my friend now. My reasoning. Oh, Sima Ying has a treaty. Sima Yao has declared war on Sima Yan once again. Ooh, we have a question of character. And we can impact, can we impact mind alignment? Because that's what we're working on. You wander across. Two courtiers locked in a heated discussion. Another. My courtiers love to have heated discussions, it would appear in this game. Compassion, one argues, is the most meritorious virtue, whilst another insists that righteousness should drive all action. Well, I ponder their reasoning and go, I want increased mind alignment, and that's what I think. So neither. Oh, my power increases. I have reached another level. That's kind of exciting. Let's take a look and see what that helps us with, or what we've unlocked. Our power has increased. That's kind of exciting. That's our first increase, our first promotion here. There we go. Prince, we are Prince. So what that has improved with us is we now have a spy position available. We have, or should have, an additional trade agreement, so we'll have to take a peek there real quick. An additional administrator is possible. An assignment slot has increased. Armies are available up to 3 now. I currently have 2, so I can now add a 3rd army if I could ever improve my cash flow. And we'll just need to continue increasing our prestige along the way so we can become a grand prince instead of just this measly little prince that we've gained. Okay, so we're slowly climbing the ladder. And let's move into the port down here and see if we can reach it this turn. Are we close enough? It's the spring, so it's time to siege if we can. And what to say, a valiant defeat. We have way outnumbered by our defenders, so I think they will not surrender, first of all, and I think what we need to do is see about starving them out for a little while, get them to either starve out or sally out. I think, hopefully, with my force and good old Sima Ai down here leading them, and we do have some, I think it's improved abilities now for Huang Fushang, with his recent upgrades. Yeah, which one am I talking about? This one, Tenacity of Steel. So I think that makes him much more valuable now in battle. So I think I would love to attempt to get them to sally forth. Yeah, because it's a city. We don't need to go against any towers right now. I'm not looking for that. So let's see if we can starve them out and get them to sally out. I like my chances, even though I'm outnumbered out in the open. I don't like my chances in the narrow corridors of a trade port battle. No, I'm not going to fall for that one. Casualties would be horrendous if I even was able to manage a win. Now we do have some positions open, and we got to see who we might have that might best fit those positions. My advisor I will still keep as Huang Fushang at this point. I have the ability to gain a chancellor. And who might give me... Now is the chancellor effects the same no matter what? That's what we'll find out. Yeah, pretty much doesn't seem to matter who I put there, other than the amount of satisfaction they may gain from the post and what their new salary might be. It's still a 250 increase for whoever But like for this, Ling Hong gains no satisfaction for the post. So we'll put somebody who can at least gain some satisfaction from it. Now administrator, that's a different story. That's going to be a variation depending on who we put there. So he would impact construction costs and lower those and increase attrition to hostile forces. What would you do up here? You would decrease. You have better construction cost improvement here. Commerce income. I'm leaning towards Sima Yin at the moment. Let's see. We got to look at everybody else. We may get someone. No better there. And Boo Jun. No, I'm thinking Sima Yin looks like the best fit for my administrator at the moment. And we will administer you. Do we do it in Kangwoo? Or no, I think we got to go back up even though I don't have the trade port. I think we got to do it in... I think we got to do it. Let's go back in there. I probably got out of it. So we want Sima Yin to be the administrator. Can we not? There's no locations. Oh, here it is off to the side. Sometimes my vision goes down to tunnel vision. I'm looking for something in the center of the screen. We will send him to Changsha like I was talking, and that's where we will confirm him as my administrator. Oh gosh. Sometimes I gotta like widen my view, peripheral vision. Have you ever heard of that, Zigzag? I don't know. Let's see, in Chancellor, let's just see who gets the best buff to their satisfaction. Not Ling Hong. Hua Jinting, you get a 12 satisfaction buff. Same for you, Bu Jun. Let me see who's had a satisfaction needs most help. At 37 for Bu Jun, and Hua Jinting, you're at 57. So I guess we'll promote Bu Jun. He needs a little more help in the satisfaction column. So that's who we'll promote up there. Because everything else, I believe, remains the same. Oh, we have some disharmony up here with Huangfu Shang and Sima Ai as part of our cabinet. Wasn't even thinking about harmony, disharmony with ministers in office, but for the moment we will keep you there. I'm sure if things somehow deteriorate and I need to have a different character up there, I can do that, even though we'll take a hit on Bu Jun. Not that he is my most important character if things become difficult. Okay, what have we got in the south? We moved south. We did that move. We're going to wait for him to sally forth. I am not ready to build because my income is meager in the north, so we will not expand the force in the north any further. And we will just, I believe, hang on the way we are at the moment. What can we have? A possibility we could increase our marketplace. We can afford to do that, because I'm not going to add any more forces with this income. So let's work on increasing our income a little and getting some reformation points. Let's do that. What kind of noble? Our noble support is good in the north, so we can afford to build something that gives a hit on that. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, we will build. And I don't believe, let's see, invoke council. Yes, let's see what Bu Jun says we need. When there is disgruntlement, people begin to lose faith and proliferate disorder. The people here are dissatisfied. Send a force immediately to quash any seditious thoughts they may have. So if I just got to send a force up there, we'll worry about that after we do battle, because Sima Ai is the only one down there to move to the lumberyard. And we'll take care of that as we free up. And I think we're ready then. Are we able? We also need to look at, in Changsha, our assignments, And we'll send Bujun right back out there. I think we'll increase or help with the Reformation one more time, because that is what, but he has some new abilities now with his latest promotion, but we're going to keep on doing the Reformation build. We are just very low. I'm not happy, although with this level, at least it's not negatively impacting our research rate, trade influence, or corruption, but it sure would be nice to start increasing those levels and getting more benefits from our Reformation. So we'll work on that as our focus. Let's take the next turn and see what happens in the south. Sima Y would like peace for my devious attendant. And to be quite honest, I'm fine doing that. I don't have a home for the devious attendant right now, and I don't mind making, I don't need to be at battle with Sima Y and the Jin Empire. Jin is just enough now that we got Gujian, so let's just accept that. Even though he's far away in the north, that in my mind is a small price to pay. Guess I should have negotiated to make sure we couldn't have gotten something more out of that, but they are sallying out. We are predicted to have a valiant defeat. We're going to have to hope we can utilize against his generals and that they will fight us. Gu Tiao, Gu Zhen, I think, and then Gu Zhanju will not as a strategist. So we'll see if we can do some dueling here with his sally out force. Let's start the battle and see what happens. I like the banter that you see on those screens, but I want to get into the battle even quicker. Okay, the deployment phase. He is uphill. We are kind of in a foresty, jungly kind of area here. How do we want to approach this? What have we got? He's going to be up the hill coming down to us. Do I have an area down here that I want to hit up defensively? I think we may have him march through this mostly, at least on this map, mostly open area, so my archers that I do have can do some damage on him as we advance. It gives nice forested area for me to potentially hide my cavalry off to the side to wreak some havoc on his archers in the back. So let's set up our cavalry off on the side for starters. See if we can get them out of sight. And all but one. Who isn't out of sight? Well, we're going to make you out of sight. Okay, they are all grouped over there and they are out of sight. I don't think I need to use any guerrilla warfare on this because I'm going to make him march to me through an open area. I don't want to count on being able to move forward to the edge of the forest before he gets there to be able to hit him in the open area. So I'm going to try to give my archers what open area I can count on and guarantee that he will have to march through, and we will set up in the back area here. And we'll make our line yay so. And I'm thinking, now I'm trying to remember, I don't think he had a ton of cavalry. So let's put our archers in the front, but we'll give them their own grouping. So if I estimated wrong and he gets cavalry moving right at us real quick, I can quickly access them and move them to the rear. And then we'll bring our heavier swords guys over on the wings to be able to jump out and hopefully do some devastating flanking on the sides. And I'm thinking, other than my generals here, you're definitely going to stay in the rear with the lines. Yeah, you have a nice charge resistance buff. You have the nice arrow resistance buff. But I'm thinking, yeah, we'll just keep you at the lines because we want all those resistances on the main force when they get down here. And I'm going to keep Sima IE forward, see if we can hunt out a duel. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Have I made the right choices? I always question my choices. Until the battle's over, have I done the right thing? Could I have done something better? Is there better setup? Could I have advanced up this way and kept them totally in the open? I just didn't know where his setup might be, because if it was towards the front, I never would have gotten to the edge of the trees. Right now it's not looking like his initial deployment was right up front, so maybe I could have deployed farther forward. In the meantime, we're hunting a duel right now and scouting out and finding out where his forces might be. So let's speed up Sima just so we can at least find out as quick as possible where they're located. I know their reinforcements are somewhere back here coming on the map. Where, oh where are the rest of your There we go! So we'll slow this back down to normal. Let's see if we're going to be able to duel. We have one that doesn't want to duel, one that does, so their leader Guzhen is wisely and smartly decided not to duel, and we will see if we can gain a duel with Gu Tiao. He's almost in range. There we go. They're far enough back we may be able to watch this duel up close and see how it works out before our forces meet. Oh, I got knocked off the horse. Sima, you got to be a little more careful than that. Let's hamper him with the hamstring as soon as we get close. There we go. Knock him down. Didn't get off to any fast and fantastic start here. Let's kind of keep an eye as we're watching on his forces moving forward. I do see some cavalry here, so if we start seeing them charge forward too fast, definitely going to have to move those archers back. And very slight, only a very slight lead for Sima in this duel. Come on, dude, pick it up, pick it up. Every now and then you see a move that you haven't seen before. It's kind of fun to watch. There. Hit him with your power move again. Come on. Hamstring. Boom. There we go. Now, oh boy, now we got a hit on him. And they're still moving forward, taking their time. And we got a sight on the reinforcements, the bigger part of the army moving up now. So pretty soon, if you don't defeat Sima soon enough, we're going to get away from this duel and count on you to win, which it looks like you finally are on track to do for us. See the guys in the back, that's why they're walking in the front. They're giving the guys in the back the chance to run up, and yes, please tire yourself as you're doing so. So they attacked me as a full force. I'm fine waiting it out. Oh, I like my defensive position. Thank you, Sima. Good job. Let's get back onto your horse here. Come on. You got some places to go. In fact, they're coming for you now. Get up on that horse. Get up on your mount. I have no problem with you spending a little time working on this cavalry as long as those spearmen don't get back here. Okay, now they're moving away. Gotta watch that health meter as they're moving forward. We don't want it to get too low before we retreat back to our lines, but he's holding his own right at the moment. Do some damage on their leader Guzhen. You able to duel yet? No, he's just not going to duel. And now my health meter is climbing down. Let's work on getting the hay out of here. Okay, his leaders have pulled back. I might stop just to get a little more battle in with his cavalry. That looks to be about his own cavalry. His only cavalry. But I would feel more comfortable doing that just a little bit closer to my line. So if I need some support, maybe from my own cavalry, we can give it. And he's breaking off now. No, now he's coming back. Let's keep moving you back, Sima. You're too important for me to play too many games with you out here. Let's see if we can entice them into our trap here. What kind of a trap it is. Okay, yeah, they backed off us now. Question is, are they going to be able to see or get vision? Because his cavalry's moving suspiciously towards my own cavalry. But 4-on-1, I'll go against melee cavalry. Oh, saber militia, light sword cavalry, a light sword cavalry. I'm thinking we can. And they are exhausted. So yeah, I think we can win that engagement. And we'll have to keep an eye on that cavalry, because if he dashes them forward towards my archers, I got to be ready to move them. In fact, I talked about grouping them, but I didn't do it. There we go. Now I got quick access if I need to quickly retreat them. And they're kind of scatterbrained moving through the forest here. Not a super coherent attack at this time. But when they start getting close, we'll have to remember to do our ranged buff. Right here with Huang Fu Sheng, and then we'll do, as they get closer, our melee buff, charge resistance, melee evasion increases from my other general, Sima Yin. So now they're starting to spread out and form up into a more of a standard attack formation. Yeah, just like that. Oh, wait, we're not moving you back. Now, how many of you do that? You look at a unit you want to move, but then you actually haven't clicked on it yet. You're just looking at it, and you click for that unit to move, and you're going, why isn't it moving? Computer needs to learn to read my mind. Oh, boy. Okay, we got some archers moving up here. We'll be able to be in range soon. And he will be the first one to head into the range of my archers, so he's going to be outnumbered greatly. And he just realized that, and he's spreading his formation. He has that ability. The rest of my archers, we need to look against them. In fact, we are almost to the point now where I think we need to bring you back to the safety behind my lines, and let's run you doing that. Their archers haven't quite gotten position. I will add my buff now. And our cavalry will start the charge to the rear of their lines to spring out on their archers. We will be able to brace soon. As a matter of fact, we seem to be freed up to start hitting their archers now. Let's buff. In fact, boy, they got a lot of archers out there. Okay, let's spring around the outside. We need some flanking maneuvers to help us out here, guys. Now, if you got your general in here, let's take mine in here too, and let's get a buff again against those arrows that wore off the other one. Sima, let's bring you in here to help out support there and get these cavalry away from those swordsmen. Come on, break away, break away, break away. Oh, don't just sit there. Come on, bring them back into attack. Oh, we're going against their halberds there. Is that what that is? We need a nice flank attack on these swordsmen. They're looking a little on the strong side. Come on, we got some guys. Okay, they've broken. Let's bring. We got a strong unit right here we need to get into. Sima, let's get your hamstring going against those swords guys. Get away from those swordsmen in the rear. There's too many spearmen helping them out. Thank you, Sima. Let's go up here, help out some more on these melee. And the cavalry, you don't keep moving enough. You keep letting them catch up to you. I realize melee moves a lot faster in this game than we're used to. Okay, we got an unused unit here. Let's get them back in closer. Think it's working in our favor here. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Come on, stay on Guzhen. Hamstring against those units. There we go. We broke them. Now we got to chase them down. Now we got to chase them down. We want as few of them as possible to get back into that port city. Let's just stop and claim victory now. Here we go. We had a slight interruption in the background. I don't know if it came through. Someone came to the door. But we are ready to move forward. Character captured. Gu Shangzhu. What does she look like? She is scarred. Distinguished. Increases ambition. We don't want anybody with ambition. We will release. She didn't seem to be a big threat in battle. I'm fine releasing. And how does our replenishment look? I think we're going to focus on replenishment so we can keep pressing against Guzhen and end that threat in the south. Sima Wai has signed peace with us, as we know, and his faction succeeding Guzhen. So that must mean we did kill him. Did we? Yes. So he must have gone down in battle. Guzhen, and Gu Shanzhu is the new leader of the faction. Much less threat there as we move forward. And we have finished with our Taoist rituals. In fact, let's take a look. Time has come. You have gained sufficient influence that you can now make your move on the capital, Luoyang. conquest is the most direct route, but a diplomatic annexation may also be possible. So it's saying we will gain a big treasury boost if we occupy and capture Loyang, the imperial city. I don't know if that's in my immediate future, but it's nice to know it's something we can look at and get rewarded for if we should succeed in that area. The marketplace is now built in Changsha, slightly helping our income. Our income is meager, pathetic, but slowly building back up again. And Sima has a new capital. Let's see now what this battle for this little port city looks like now. All of a sudden it's a decisive victory, and rather go through with the same characters, they have a measly 127 left, so we did rout them and take them down. Let's just delegate this battle and make a statement against all that would move against us. As if the AI and computer understand this statement. But we will occupy. Start removing that threat in the south, little by little, step by step. Okay, so we have Yulin, the trade port. That's also should eventually, once, let's see if we got any damage down there. Yes, we got to do some repairs. So once we repair there, hopefully that'll help our income also on that upward track that we need, so we can finally build our second army to its level it needs to take back our original territory. Rivals with the new leader down south. Duh. No kidding. And we're just rivals all around. Well, I don't doubt that. So we got to see. We have who over here? We have neutral lands over here, and it looks like we only have one more spot. And guess what? It's a spice market. So thank you for attacking me and bringing my attention down to spices, which will greatly help us as a commerce-driven empire early on here. So that is going to help put us in good shape here. What we are going to do is we are going to call this episode at this time. We have a few housekeeping items to take care of next time. We'll take a look at our promotion that we have for Sima IE. All right, our fearless leader has earned himself a promotion. I'm sure we have some building opportunities that we'll look at, but I'll take a moment to ponder what might be the best course of action there. Thank you for watching, and I'm grateful that we were able to overcome a predicted defeat with a victory. Hope you enjoyed the battle as much as I did, and we will continue with our playthrough when we return. This is ZigZagZog signing off from, once again, hot and muggy Western Kentucky.